Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to Wednesday's literacy lesson. I hope you've had a lovely week so far and you're ready to go again this morning. Today, we are going to be planning our very own set of instructions. So we're going to be thinking about what we had in our lovely pancake mix last week. Now, if you got it out of a packet, don't worry, I'm going to have to tell you what we put in them instead. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen so we can get cracking. Go back to the top. Lovely. So these are all the things that we're going to be getting up to today. We're going to be recapping the new spelling rule. We're going to be choosing the correct LE word to fit the sentence. We're going to be looking at different examples of recipes. And then we're going to plan our pancake instructions. So these are all the things that you're going to need. Please make sure you've got your literacy brain turned on, but you're also going to need your whiteboard and pen to help out with your first spelling job to do. Right, okay then, so here is the spelling rule. So this week's spelling rule is the ul sound, spelled as LE at the end of words. Now, that's where I've got my words. I've got my word purple here, and we're going to sound that one out. Everyone ready? P, p, ul. And I know that middle sound is actually the p, p, p. So I look at my list of consonants there, and I can see that P is on there, which means I know then that ul sound is actually going to turn into an LE at the very end. So rather than spelling it with a single ul, I'm actually going to spell it as LE. Okay, so it's slightly different. And we had a few words yesterday that had that spelling, which was giggle and bubbles, and we had apple, and I hope you can remember them. They had that LE spelling at the end rather than just a single ul. Okay, so these are the sentences that I'd like you to help out with today. They're missing a word, and down the bottom of your screen you will see an orange box which has lots of words in it. It has middle, it has circle, it's got pebble, and it's got uncle, and they've all got that LE ending. Okay, so they've all been sounded out and they all have that consonant, which means it's going to have to be an LE ending. So I'm going to read out the sentence, and on your whiteboard I'd like you to write number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then you're going to just write in the word that fits that sentence. Don't worry about writing the whole sentence out because that'll take quite a long time. Okay, so you're just going to write numbers 1 to 4 on your whiteboard, and then you're going to write the word that fits in that sentence the best. So listening is for number 1. At the beach, there was a grey something laying next to the shells by the water. Choose your LE word, please. Okay, lovely. Right, number 2. I baked a delicious chocolate cake for because it was his birthday. Which one could be in that box? Write it on your whiteboard. Remember, you're just writing number 2 and the word. Lovely. Number 3. We sit in a something when it is snack time. And number 4, in the something of the school day, it is lunchtime. So think about what words you've got left over. Have you put them all in the right order? Lovely stuff. Okay, so number 1, let's check if we've got them all right. Number 1, you should have pebble. Number 2, you should have uncle. Number 3, you should have circle. And number 4, you should have middle. Well done if you've got all of those right. Give yourselves a big pat on the back if you have. Superstars. Okie dokie then. Right, we're going to crack on with our planning the set of instructions now. So it says, poor Mr. Wolf. No one would help him make his pancakes. We're going to help him by creating a brilliant set of instructions for him to read. And these are all of the features that a brilliant set of instructions have, okay? And these are the things that we're going to need to try and include in our very own writing. So let's just read them aloud to check we've got all that we're going to be able to include all of them. So, numbered steps, a title, a conclusion at the end, a few sentences to conclude it off if you want to. Time words, and I've got some examples there. First, next, then, finally. I've got adverbs, carefully, quickly, slowly, gently. Bossy verbs, they tell us what to do. Mix, cut, pour, chop. We've got an introduction, which includes sentences and is a question sometimes. We've got adjectives, and down the bottom, we've got a what you will need list. So that is everything that you guys are going to need today. All right then, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you 1 minute, okay? And what we're going to do is I'm going to put 1 minute time. I'm going to have to do it on my phone because I haven't got a clock with me. And, okay, you guys are going to look at this set of instructions for me and try and find all of the features you can in 1 minute. Okay, can you write a list of all the things that you can definitely see there? Can you see an introduction? Is there a question in that introduction? Can you see any time words? What time words can you see? Can you see any adverbs? Okay, I want you to write down the ones that you can see. Is there any bossy verbs in there? If there are, write them down. I'm only going to give you a minute. Okay, so everybody ready? Ready? I'm going to show you my phone. I hope this works. Okay, ready? Let's go. So you're finding all of the features. What do they say? 10 seconds gone already. Oh my goodness, it's going speedily. $20 seconds gone. You're halfway through. Only 20 seconds left, quick as you can. Find all those things. Is there a list of all of the different things you're going to need in there? 10 seconds. What's the title? Let me know. Write it on your whiteboard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up, everyone. Okie dokie. Right, so hopefully you found everything. There is everything where all the answers were, and you would have seen it all. Okay, I wonder if you had a list of what they actually says. That would have been super if you got that on your whiteboard. I bet you found it all though. Okie dokie, right. So we are going to be planning a set of instructions now. We need to make sure it includes everything to help Mr. Wolf out. He's not very good at reading, so we need to make it really clear for him to see. Okay, we need to write it really carefully, include as much detail as we can to really help him out. He's not sure what to do yet. Okay. So this is the first bit of our plan that we're going to do today. I put it over 2 slides today. I also have put this on the school website if you want to just print off a copy. But if you want to copy this into your book now instead, then absolutely do so. So pause me here, and this is part 1 of the plan. So you need to do 2 boxes, okay, 1 for title, and then a gap. And then the next 2 boxes underneath is ingredients, and then a gap. Okay, so get that copied into your book for me. Or go and find it on the website. Okay, and then you need to draw this one as well. So this one is the methods. This one is going to take a little bit longer because you need 3 boxes this time. You need one for number, 1 for verbs, and 1 for keywords. And then underneath, okay, you need to do some lines to split them up because there's going to be more than one method. There's going to be more than one method to do. We're going to need about 5 boxes underneath it probably. So copy what you can see on the screen as best as you can into your book, or again, go onto the school website where I've put it up as well. Okay. Okie dokie then. So can we see any really good things that we could probably steal from this lovely recipe? I think there is some good things there. Okay, they've definitely got some adverbs in there. They've got all their time words in there in their method part. I think we're going to need to steal the what you will need section as well. It's given us some really good details there. How much flour we need, how much milk we need, how many eggs. Okay, it's told me what equipment I need as well. And I like how it's used how to make perfect pancakes. That sounds good because they both start with a p, p, p. So let's take a little picture of that one. Cha-ching! And if you're at home, maybe give me a pause now so you can give it another read through. Okay, so give it a good read now to really get it in your head. What do we actually need to do to make those pancakes? Okay, we're going to need all of those things, but how do we do it? So let's read the method section together. So number 1, first, put the flour into the mixing bowl. 2, Secondly, gently crack the 2 eggs into a cup and beat them. 3, then slowly pour the beaten eggs and the milk into the flour. Make sure you stir it well. 4, turn on the hob to a low heat. 5, next, melt a little butter in the frying pan, but be careful not to burn yourself. That's good. That's a little top tip in there. They're nice to include. 6, now pour enough of the delicious mixture into the pan to make a thin pancake. 7, after a few minutes, toss or turn the pancake over to cook the other side. 8, when it is golden, serve the pancake on a plate and put on your favourite topping. And number 9 is finally eat your perfect pancakes, but don't forget to do the washing up. Another top tip. Obviously, if you haven't got enough room on your plan, then you can squeeze some of these together, okay? Then we'll have more things to put in on one line. So don't worry too much if you haven't got enough room on your plan, okay? Right, okay then. So this is where we need to remember what we're going to do in each box. And I've given you a really good helping hand. So the first thing we're going to do is the title. Okay, we're going to plan this all together one at a time. So make sure you've got your ears on, but I'm going to tell you when to pause and do your writing as well. So number 1, the first thing we need to do is the title, and it needs to be exciting. And I've given you a list of adjectives there. So it says use adjectives: scrumptious, delicious, delightful, perfect, yummy, tasty. You might have your own adjective that you want to use, but our title is going to be how to make something pancakes. So in your title box, can everybody write their title now, please? How to make something pancakes, and choose a really good adjective. So pause me now. Okie dokes. Right, so now I've got the ingredients there for you. You might just need to copy these down. That's okay. I've done all the hard work for you. So we need to think about all the things we're going to need to make them. What do we need to include? You might want to talk with an adult. If you've got an adult there with you to help you out, that's great. You might need to include the equipment as well. What equipment did you use last Tuesday when it was our pancake day? Did you use any special equipment to help with the pancakes? Don't forget your toppings. What yummy toppings are you telling Mr. Wolf to put on his pancakes? Okay, so in the purple writing, I've told you the main things that you're going to need. Okay, so you might just want to copy them in. So pause me here and pop down your ingredients for me. Right, that is the top bit done already. Now we're going to get on with the methods part. Okay, and how this one looks is a tiny bit different. So you've got a number, you've got a box for what number it is, so what numbered step it is. You've got a box for what verbs you need to use, and you've got a box for what key words you need to be. That might be adverbs, that might be adjectives. Okay, so the first step is putting the flour into the bowl. So keywords might be flour, they might be bowl, they might be put. They're my bossy verbs. My bossy verb is going to go in the verbs box. Okay, you might want to put an adverb and an adjective into the keywords bit. But this one is for putting the flour into the bowl. So you need to think about what keywords you're going to need to remember, what verbs there are, and what number this one is, please. Okay, so pause me here. And this step is for putting the flour in the bowl. Off you go. Okie dokie. Right, number 2 then is cracking the eggs in a separate bowl and beating them together. What I mean by beating them together is you put them into a little cup and you get a fork and you go whiz, 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 whiz until it turns into a big runny mixture. It doesn't look like 2 eggs anymore. It turns into a runny mixture. Okay, that's what I mean by beating them together. So how are we actually going to do this? We're going to need some equipment. We're going to need to think about what it actually is going to look like, okay? And I'm going to need some verbs and adjectives in there, okay? Don't forget your adjectives as well. How is that runny mixture going to look? Well, runny is an adjective. Orange is an adjective, so they can all go in the keywords box, okay? So remember, this section is for cracking the eggs and beating them. So how did we do that? Think about what keywords you're going to need. Think about what verbs you're going to need as well. Okay, so pause me here and fill this box in, please. Right, okay, third one then is putting the eggs and the flour all together and giving it a mix. Now, I've put some questions on here that you need to think about, because remember, Mr. Wolf isn't sure how to do this. He needs to be told properly. So how should the mixture look? Should it be lumpy? I say give some details here, because poor Mr. Wolf, he might just go, that'll do, great, and he's going to end up with some really lumpy, horrible pancakes. So we do need to really help him. So think about how your pancakes looked, okay, and think about what verbs am I going to use to describe that? What keywords am I going to use to describe that? And also, what number is this going to be stepwise? Okay. So pause me here. We're thinking about combining the mixture together now, combining my eggs and flour and giving it a stir. Off you go. Okay, number 4 then, the 4th step is to turn the hob on and melt some butter into a frying pan. Now, this one's probably going to need a top tip, because 1, I might not know how to turn the hob on. 2, I'm going to need some adult help properly, okay? Now, this one's going to definitely need some extra detail. You're going to need to say, have an adult nearby to help out. You're going to need to tell me, how on earth do I melt some butter into a pan? What am I going to need to? I'm going to need to scoop the butter out of the butter box and pop it into the pan, turn the hob on, okay? So get some adverbs in there. Carefully, slowly, okay? Really, really important, this one. Definitely try and get a top tip in there about telling them to have an adult. All right, so this 4th step is turning the hob on, okay, the top of the oven when we do our frying, turning that part on and melting some butter into the frying pan so that my pancakes aren't going to stick. I don't want them stuck to the bottom. I want them to be able to be, when I flip them over, they're going to be there ready to go. Okay, so pause me here, and this is step number 4. Okay, right, here's the fun part I've said. So the next step is pouring the mixture in before frying it on one side and tossing it over, flipping it over. So when do we do that, and how do we do that? You need to explain this one really carefully to poor Mr. Wolf. He's not sure. So remember, use your bossy verbs. You've got things like flip. Okay, he's going to need to throw it up into the air, but to flip it over, he's going to need to make sure that they're not stuck down. So you might need to go around with a little fork and check the sides. Okay, how's he even going to pour it into the pan? Poor Mr. Wolf, he doesn't know. You're going to need to really think about it and tell him carefully. Get some adverbs in there. Okay. Maybe he might need to gently pour it in. If he quickly does it, he might pour the whole thing in and then get one huge pancake. Slowly pour it in. So get some adverbs in there as well. Okay, so this is the next step, which is going to be pouring the mixture into the pan and then frying it for a little while before then flipping over my pancake. Okay, pause me here so we can get on with that one. Okie dokie. Right, now the next part is the last step of all, and the best one, serving it up and eating it. So how do I know my pancake is cooked? What colour am I looking for? You need to tell Mr. Pancake. You're going to need to tell Mr. Wolf that, because he's not going to be sure. And when my pancake is done, what am I going to eat it on? I don't eat it out the pan, do I? I'm not sure. I need to know what to do. I need to know when to put my toppings on. Do I put my toppings on when it's in the pan? Do I put it when it's on the plate? So think about all the key words you're going to need to remember. Remember, we're not writing sentences today, just key words, okay? Don't forget anything. Maybe use a top tip again, okay? That's going to be helpful for Mr. Wolf. So remember, bossy verbs, okay? Put, cut, okay? And then you've got your keywords, things like golden, things like maybe when the pancake is sizzling. That's a good one. Okay, so you're thinking about what words we really going to need, what adverbs am I going to be able to use carefully, slowly, okay, and what number this one is. This one's going to be our last step. So we're serving it up and we're eating it. So pause me here. Right, that is today done. Well done, everyone. That was a really tricky one to think about, because we haven't had pancakes for about a week or so. So tomorrow we're actually now going to write the first bit of our instructions. We're not going to rush them. We are only going to do the first few sections of our plan tomorrow, but keep that plan safe and don't throw it away. Keep it with you. Okay, and we're going to use it for tomorrow. So there is a reading session today because it is Wednesday, and it's The Stormwell, which is a lovely book, and I hope you really enjoyed that one. So I will see you again tomorrow for our next writing session. See you tomorrow.